T is for today. Why?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the T is for Today podcast. And we are going to get right into it. First and foremost, happy Sunday, or happy whatever day you're watching or listening to this episode. I hope your weekend was restful and that you woke up this morning and you were ready to tackle your work day, okay? And today we are going to be talking about giving yourself room to grow. So we're at the end of the year, right? And around this time, we're thinking about things we are hopeful for in the year to come, things that we want to make sure we tie up before we move into the new year. And I do the same thing, okay? Something that I did new this year that I haven't done in the past is that on my phone, I keep notes of like different things God has told me to do, or like ideas or thoughts that have come into my head. And this year, I was very intentional about making sure that anything that God had told me that I had not done previously in the year, that I'm doing that now before I move into the new year. And just to give a disclaimer, I'm Christian, so when I'm talking about God, I'm talking about Jesus Christ, okay? Period. So moving on. And so as I spent that time just looking back at the notes in my phone or wherever I had jotted down the information, I just got to thinking like, wow, what would things look like for me if I would have acted on the things that I was told when I heard them, instead of waiting till the end of the year to make sure I close out the year strong. Because we even thinking back, like with your job, you have to make sure, like if you work in, finances, all your accounts, you close out there strong. Work in any field, there's a list of things to do to make sure you close them out properly before you move into the new year or before you're out for vacation. How much more important is it for you to do that for your life as well? So when I was thinking about this episode and trying to decide what I was gonna talk about, a few thoughts came to my mind that I just want to have a quick chit chat with you all and discuss and get you to think about your own life as well, and where you fall with these things, okay? So as I was closing out and looking at the things that were written down, whether it be in my phone or in the notepad that I keep, I realized that when people say timing is everything, it's really a lie. And it's a crutch that people use, that we hold on to so that we don't have to step out into the unknown, right? And of course, there are some instances like, time does matter. But when it comes time to thinking about stepping out on faith or doing something that we're not necessarily 100% sure of the outcome, what do we always say? Y'all know what we say. Oh, I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. That's what we always say. I'm waiting on God. What if God is waiting on you? Okay? He done already told you what to do, and now you still waiting for more signs. There's a lady that I've recently started following her Instagram. Her name is Prophetess Tiffany Montgomery, and she was talking about how if you are in a house that is on fire, you're not going to be asking God, should I get out the house? Is it okay for me to move? You're going to move because the situation that you're in is not good, right? because it's on fire and you see the fire, you see the smoke, you see everything. There's a sense of urgency for you to move out of that situation. Where there's very much so could be little fires in our lives as well, or in our situations that we may not see the smoke. We may not see the flames, right? But we know, okay, if I was in a different situation, or if I was on the other side of this, I would have, been released or removed myself from that. And it doesn't even always have to be bad things. It could be good situations as well that you've outgrown, that you need to move around from so that you can further develop and grow. Okay, so if you are one of those people that say, you're going to talk to God about it, or you're going to pray on it, you lying. Because you didn't pray on it. And you ain't talked to God about it, okay? So let's stop lying when we go into 2023, okay? But if you need to move, just move. Just do it. What in whatever capacity or aspect it is. I will give an own story for myself. I'm one of those people that I'm like, I need to further pray about it. I'm gonna further pray about it until I realized God's done already told me what I needed to do. So he wasn't gonna speak on that topic in prayer no more, because he already gave me the directive as to what I needed to do. So at that point, I'm just in disobedience because I have already been told what I needed to do. But I'm still asking, give me a sign, Lord. Y'all know how y'all do, because I do it too. Give me a sign. Let so-and-so say this, or whatever the case may be. No one's going to say anything. You know why? Because you should have already done it in the first place, okay? So that was 2 and 1. So I have how many points? About 5 points that I'm going to talk about today. My third point, as I was going through my end of year wrap up for my life and making sure I have done all the things that I have been told to do, I realized that disobedience is the breeding ground for discontentment. I'm going to say that again. Disobedience is the breeding ground for discontentment, okay? If you are unhappy or lack satisfaction with your current life or the situation around you, you need to ask yourself, what was the last directive that God gave you? And did you do it? Okay? What was the last directive, if you can remember? It could be something simple that God told you to do. And ask yourself, did you do it? Okay? There's sometimes we could be like, man, surely there's more for my life than what I'm seeing right now, right? And you're 100% correct. There is more for your life than what you're seeing. But when we are not obedient with the little things that we're told to do, it makes it hard for the bigger things to be released, because you can't even be obedient with the little stuff, right? So as we're wrapping up our years, guys, go ahead, think back to if you are someone that's experiencing discontentment, or you're just unhappy, or you have a lack of satisfaction with how things are going right now, think back to the last thing that you believe God told you to do and ask yourself, did you do it? Okay? Because at the end of the day, all good and perfect gifts come from above. So those of you that are out there that are sitting on your gifts, that have just ideas bubbling up inside of you that maybe you have not acted on, what are you waiting for? Why haven't you done it? Because no one around you has done it? Because people might say something? What's the reason? I'm guilty of it too, for not doing certain things because of perception or what it may look like, or I feel that it's not important. And then I had to tell myself, if the idea was given to me, then it's important. That means that it's needed in this environment. It's needed in my environment. It's needed in the world in which I live. So the next time you get an idea and you start telling yourself, oh, it's not important. Oh, it's not needed. Tell yourself to shut up. Okay, that's what I want you to do. Say, shut up. Because that's your doubt and your fear talking, okay? Your doubt and your fear gonna have you still doing the same thing you've been doing for the past couple of years because you do not want to step out on the faith needed to do the thing. I'm not saying it's gonna be simple. Matter of fact, it could be very uncomfortable. But if you want to envision yourself in the life that you see yourself living, you're gonna have to get acquainted with being uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, that is when you grow. You don't grow when you're comfortable in comfortable situations. No, you grow when you have to exercise different parts of yourself that you didn't even know were there. That's when you're able to grow. Okay? At the end of the day, I'm trying to free my people. Who is my people? You, the person that is listening or watching this. If you're on YouTube, hey y'all, okay? Y'all are my people. Be free, my good sis, okay? Be free, my guy, be free. Free yourself, okay? Like Fantasia, free yourself, okay? So this is not gonna be a long episode at all because you guys have homework. And your homework is to think back throughout the year, whether it's things that like you know for sure God told you to do X, Y, Z, or it could have just been different thoughts or ideas you had come into your head that you did not act on. We have, how many days do we have before the year is over? Because y'all not about to go into 2023 in the same disobedience you were in 2022. No, we're not doing that. We have, okay, so I'm counting from today being Sunday. We have 13 days, okay? You have 13 days to make a list and jog your memory of all the things that you either thought or that you were told that you have not acted upon yet. You have 13 days to do it. It could have been the simplest thing as open up a new bank account, close a bank account. What else could the Lord tell you to do? He could tell you to do anything. Whatever it is, do it. Okay? And you'll see what starts to open up for you once you are walking in obedience with the little things. You'll see the larger things that will start to come your way. Thank you all for tuning in to today's episode. I am so proud of myself, guys. Y'all just don't know. I really am. I told y'all that I was going to start being consistent with posting and doing all the things, and look at me. It's just going to keep getting better from here on out, okay? Better and better, better and better. So we have one more episode for the year of 2022. And then I'm going to see y'all. Well, I won't see y'all, but y'all will see me, or y'all will hear me in 2023. The last time I said this, y'all didn't hear me for another year. I took a whole year off, but I'm not doing that this time. This time, I really am going to come back, okay? Y'all will hear me because, yeah, we're done playing games like that. But thank y'all for listening, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.